So today we've got some PB Swiss screwdrivers in. We're going to take a wee look at them here. We've got some of the classic grip handles and also the SwissGrip handles. So we'll take a wee look and see what we got. Firstly, we've got, this is the wee flyer, the brochure that came with the package. I was actually looking at this online before I started this video. So yeah, and I'm also interested in these vessel screwdrivers as well. I'll maybe bring those in for the next video. But let's get a wee look at it. Nice sticker as well. So firstly, this is the SwissGrip slotted thru tang with the hex bolster and striking cap. As you can see, it's 1.2 by 8 by 150. The tip on it is, I don't know if you can make that out. I think you actually can make that out. As far as I know, is that hollow ground or parallel? I forget what way. I think it's possibly parallel tip. And again with the SwissGrip. So this feels very nice in the hand. And we'll take a wee look here at, I also have some Weras, so sort of a similar, this is your Wera. This is about 1.5 years old. Hasn't really seen that much use, to be honest, but I have actually hit on the top of it twice, so you can see there is actually quite a lot of wee knocks on it. I was only hitting on it to get the tip into a slotted screw that had paint bunged into it, but as you can see, there's no damage to the tip on the Wera. This is the tip on the PB Swiss. I don't know if you can make that out or not. Try and bring it a little bit closer there. So yeah, this driver is sort of a, I just wanted to see what this is like in comparison to the Wera. The handles in the Wera seem to get quite beat up. This yellow bit here seems to take quite a bit of a beating, which is primarily why I ordered the next set of drivers we're going to take a wee look at. Normally I don't beat on screwdrivers, but sometimes you have to. This is another PB Swiss I have, is a Phillips number 2. I also have the pose as well with the hex bolster. I'll also compare it to a Wera. This is a slotted Wera. Trying to get one more the same size. No, that's not. Okay, that's as close as I'm going to get from what I have on hand. But to me personally, the PB Swiss feels a little bit better. So now we're going to look at this. This is the pose, or I think, no, it's the Phillips and slotted, so I'll get these out of the way. Get this, I'm not really interested in this. I have opened this already, so you know, I'm not really too interested in that. I don't like keeping my tools out because you get covered in dust and spray paint and everything. So there's 2 screws. Oh, perfect pose, so we can test those. Immediately I can smell these screwdrivers. I have heard people saying about the smell of them. I wonder, is it the box or is it the actual screwdriver? Yeah, it's a screwdriver. They don't stink to high heavens, but there is a bit of a smell of them. Again, these are slotted. And sort of I try and get handle comparison. This is 140 millimeters. This is 150 millimeters. This is a wee bit heavier in the hand. This is very light. The reason I got these is because they should be pretty easy kept clean. You know, if you take a look, some of my other Wera screwdrivers, they're quite, well, they're not, obviously they've been used, but they're just hard to get clean again, and especially I don't like using the like of these whenever I'm working with oil and stuff, because they just get gungy and blocked up with oil and hard to clean. So yeah, so these here seem pretty nice so far. Basically I've only opened them, so I can't really comment too much, but chrome vanadium, very light in the hand. They are actually quite comfortable, but we'll test that here shortly. This is the Phillips. Again, quite comfortable in comparison to a Phillips number 2 here. Yeah, so these are both Phillips number 2s. This is comfortable. You know, I could work with this, no problem. Again, at the end of the day, if you're going to be using a screwdriver, you're not going to be using it in really high torque applications. If I'm using something in high torque, I'm going to use my Milwaukee Impact. I'm going to use this, you know, with a impact bit on the end of it. I'm not going to be using the friggin' screwdriver. That's just fucking stupid. Screwdrivers are primarily used for driving screws and taking out screws. I would use them for lighting fixtures in the house, plugs, taking apart wee bits and pieces. So take a wee quick look at this. Yeah, it looks pretty well made. It looks definitely better made than the one that came with the Weras. The one that came with the Weras had 2 wee sort of tabs. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh dear, I don't actually use it, but I'll take a wee look. Okay, so this is one that came with the Wera. Again, it's not used, but these here are quite weak. It came with 2. The other one is very nearly broke. I did use it whenever I first got them. They are okay to use, you know. Screwdrivers can sit down in like that. You know, they don't fall out. I suppose I think it was also designed so that you can lay screwdrivers some way like that. I don't know. Have them lying in a toolbox possibly. That's hardly gonna fucking work, but I don't know what this wee share of a groove here is for, but you know, suppose you might bolt it onto the wall like that. Fuck no, you couldn't. I don't know, but anyway. Yeah, that's the Wera one. That's the PB Swiss one. Let's see. Fuck. So realistically, if you're setting them up, it has to be set up on a surface that isn't going to be wobbly, because that would just happen there. Oh, actually, it's sized. Sorry. Yes, no, actually, that's okay. So I suppose what's that slotted one? They seem to click in or something. Yeah, they do click in. Slotted 2, slotted 3, slotted 4, then Posey 2, oh, that's a Phillips, sorry, 2, and a Phillips number 1. So I suppose, yeah, pretty good. I suppose you could mount that to your wall. Fuck the smell of them. I can't smell them. Jesus. Yeah, so far I do like these. The smell isn't that bad. Like, I don't know if it'll wear off or not, but end of the day I'm not going to screwdrivers. I'm not going to sit and sniff them all day. This is Oh, this is a Posey, because here in the UK we use Posey screws for fucking everything. So the screws on my bench holding this thing in are Posey. I suppose that's the only one I can see offhand at the minute. But yeah, again, Posey in comparison to SwissGrip Posey. Again, this here is more if I need a bit more extra torque, I can put on the spanner. I think it's a 10 mil. Yeah, so that's a 10. So again, you can get a 10 spanner on there and really crank on that, but you would want to have that in and be able to push down on it and turn. That is easy as shit. Okay, so we'll do a wee test here. Oh, we haven't looked at the VDE. So we'll compare that to the Wera of the same size. I think this is what is this? 3.5 millimeter. Focus, yeah, fuck. 3.5 millimeter VDE slotted. A bit of gunge on it. Must be greased from the factory. Now this doesn't look, the tip on this is not the same. Where the fuck? I'm filming this on my phone. Focus, bitch. Okay, so you can see the tip on that in comparison to the tip on this, on the normal one. But yeah, this feels pretty good in the hand. You know, I'll just be using this for wiring up plug sockets and stuff like that. Feels very nice to use. So let's put some of these to the test. So what I will do is we'll get a screw and we'll drive it in, and then we'll try and take it out with the screwdriver. We'll get a long screw and see which one has the most torque. We'll put in 3. I need to watch because there's other screws going through it here too. So. Okay, let's take a look. So, where the fuck? Where's my Wera? Dear. Okay, firstly we'll take a go with the number 2. PB Swiss Classic handle, Posey number 2. So really it's quite effortless. Yes, it is quite hard to turn. I can feel sort of up around here on my wrist. A wee bit of pressure, possibly around here. Now we'll get the SwissGrip. Definitely a wee bit easier, but not, you know, not overly easier. Let me see again. Oh, definitely, yes, it is. It is quite noticeable, actually. It is quite noticeable, the SwissGrip. Again, when are you ever going to be fucking pulling out screws this length with the hand screwdriver? If you are, you can just do this. In my opinion, if you're looking at a screwdriver for mechanics work, working around cars, working in dirty environments, get the classic. If you're looking one for basically everything else around the house, a wee tiny bit of mechanic and work maybe, get the SwissGrip. SwissGrip is a wee bit harder to clean up, but this has been used. Been used taking streamers apart and stuff to get carburetors apart. Well, not this one, actually the Phillips, but you can see it's a wee bit dirtier. But again, they do clean up right and well. So let's see, I have a Wera screwdriver. We'll give it a wee test too. So here is the Wera Lasertip with the laser grip. I don't know what to make of the laser grip, to be honest. You can see there's a wee slight bit of tip wear on that Wera. My VDE actually has a laser, where the fuck are we? Actually has a laser grip, but you can see it hasn't took too much wear, just took a wee bit. So we'll give the Wera Lasertip a go again. Wera PB Swiss, PB Swiss. In my opinion, this feels pretty good in the hand. You know, you can have your hand in any position, work away on it. Same with this feels pretty good in the hand too. Your thumb tends to go in there. It means that wee lip means you can also push on screws. Same with the Wera, but my hand tends to slide off that a wee bit more. PB Swiss definitely don't slide off that, so we'll give the Wera a go. Fuck. That was definitely a wee bit tighter. Just go the same screw. This one definitely is the hardest to drive screws with, remove screws with. This one is the easiest. This one is pretty easy too, but it's just not as comfortable as the PB Swiss. And I'm also finding it's a wee bit slippery. You're having to grip more with your thumb with this. This here, your hand just does not slip at all. This here is definitely a lot tighter, but you can use it like that. Maybe it's the way I'm standing, trying to reach up. But yeah, definitely there isn't as much torque with that. So, is there anything else we can compare? Again, we'll take a look at the striking cap one. You've already seen it, but now. So one more thing before we go, I want to make a note of. I lent my cousin, he's a tractor mechanic. I lent him this. This is a Phillips number 3 Wera chisel driver. I lent him this for a day, or for a while actually, and he used it once to take a screw out of a JCB axle. And if you take away the loop, at the tip, there actually is damage to the tip. That is once, using it once. You can see there and there. So, you know, I do wonder how durable in the long run these are. But, you know, for me, I'm not a tractor mechanic. I'm not taking apart JCB axles, so I'm not too worried. So, yeah, hopefully, if you're looking at some PB Swiss screwdrivers, Wera screwdrivers, that will help you make up your mind on what is best.